Dude, my driveway is a death trap right now.
It's not gonna be long before I bust my ass on that. Anyways, how's it going? We're back to continue slowly turning this disaster into a print shop. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to work on this place for the past few days. I've just had a whole lot of busy work going on and meetings and very uninteresting stuff. But one cool thing that did happen is I just recorded an episode of Shirt Show with Andy and Dylan a couple days ago. It was rad to finally be able to sit down and talk shop with those guys for a while, share a little bit about my story, and just hang out. They're super cool dudes, two of the people that I look up to in the industry. So make sure to check that out. Shirt Show is available everywhere you can get your podcasts at. And I've also linked the YouTube version down below and also here, wherever that little thingy pops up. So definitely go check that out when you're done with this video. Subscribe to their channel, Shirt Show. It's good shit. Other than that, I did put a little workstation together, which was nice to get out of the way. I could finally start shipping merch orders again, but I didn't feel like that was an important enough thing to really feature in this video, so I kind of just went ahead and did that on my own. We're doing cooler stuff today. I know everybody wants to see what's in the giant crate, but we gotta wait like 1 or 2 more videos for that thing because it's huge, takes up a ton of space, and we gotta get a lot of this other crap out of the way first. So today, we're gonna focus on this stuff. First order of business is we're gonna crack this crate open. This is my washout booth. We're gonna start getting the whole reclaim area situated. So it'll be the washout booth. There's a sink going in there, a big ass rack to put screens on, and a prep table for coating screens and whatnot. This washout setup is pretty badass. And by getting that all together, I'm gonna be able to kind of clean up a lot of this clutter that's all over the damn shop right now because a lot of it has to do with this area. So I'll be able to kind of get all that put away, organized, and make a lot more space in here for a lot of the big cool stuff that's gonna happen right away. And even though this area is such a crucial part of any screen printing operation, it might not be that cool to watch in a video for some people, and I want to make these things as exciting as I can for you guys. So I made a post on my Instagram story yesterday for people to choose which mystery crate we opened today, and by a landslide victory, everybody chose this one right here, and that was a good choice because there's something cool in there. Well, that's the plan for today. Let's start smashing crates apart. This booth looks like it's gonna be pretty fucking great, but we've got a bit of a problem here. There seems to be 0 hardware in here to put the thing together. And also, whoever put this booth together, if you're watching this, you're kind of a dick because they left that plastic covering stuff on all the stainless that's there to protect it when it's getting laser cut. Well, they left it on a bunch of spots and just put the bolts right over top of it. So those bolts all have to come out to get that stuff off. But I'm not gonna let that slow me down. I do have a massive amount of hardware in the garage from my days as a mechanic, obviously. And also, I looked at some of the hardware on this thing and it looks like it uses all the same stuff throughout the entire thing. So since I have to take some of these bolts out anyways to get that stupid plastic off, I'll use some of those to piece the legs together and everything else, and then I'll get them to send me the bolts that are missing later on. So I should still be able to get this thing upright and where it's supposed to go. God damn, this thing's huge. Holy shit. Looks pretty good, and you can hardly tell that there's only half the amount of bolts in that thing that there should be. I already called Ryonet. They're gonna be on their way tomorrow, so shit happens. But dude, this thing is serious business. I can't believe how huge it is. It's a good thing I'm tall because this thing is not made for the vertically challenged, that's for sure. I did add the wheels to it, which lifts it up like 3 inches, but I think if a shorter person wanted to use this thing and use the wheels at the same time, you could probably get rid of these brackets right here and lift the legs up and bolt them into the same holes. You'd be able to drop this thing down a good, whatever that is, 6 or 7 inches. But for me, however, this is perfect. I'm right at waist height, which is so nice. My other washout booth, I was way taller than, and I always had to kind of like spray down and hunch over the thing, so this is gonna be good. I do feel a little bit bad if I have to get Dan in here to help me one day. I know you're watching this right now, buddy. You're gonna be down here spraying up like this, but tough shit for you. All right, let's keep it moving. Well, that was well thought out, wasn't it? Fuck's sakes. looking pretty good. I like it. I like everything except for my pitiful little pile of screens here. Because I'm jumping up to the auto and a new manual, I had to get all new screens because I was running 20 by 24s on my old one, which is not big enough. I had to bump up to the 23 by 31s, and at my supplier where I normally get my screens, this is all they had in stock. I bought everything they had. I think there's only like 36 here, which is definitely not enough, but thankfully they already had a whole bunch more on order, so another week or two, we should have enough in here. I'm aiming to have around 75 to 100 range, somewhere in there. That's kind of where I was at with the old shop, and that was plenty to get by with. But I'm liking this so far. I'm liking where everything's at. So now I can get my plumber over here to hook all this stuff up and run the water, and that'll be a massive thing off the list, and this area will be fully operational. I'm also going to order one of those welding screen dividers. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's basically a big frame with a plastic curtain in it. I found some black ones, so I'm gonna put one of those, like a 10-footer behind here, to just shield any back spray from coming back. I was thinking about a curtain and some other ways of doing it, but these ceilings are 16 feet tall, and that's not happening. We're not hanging track that low, so that seems like the best option. So I'm gonna get one of those ordered up probably tomorrow. And the screen coating area, well, it's a table, some emulsion, really not a lot going on over here, but definitely got to do one little upgrade to this thing. This right here was my little screen holder. I made this out of scrap wood I found in the back alley at my other place the day that I opened all the stuff and started screen printing, just to be able to coat my very first screen, because I didn't like holding it with one hand and holding the scoop coater with the other, and I still don't like doing that. But we've come a long way now, and it's time to probably get rid of this crappy little piece of wood. So I'm thinking now that I've got a metal table, I'll probably try to find a couple really strong magnets, like 4 of them, and place them out on the table to lock the screen in place, and that should be pretty clean. But this area is done with, so let's get to the good stuff and crack open that crate. That's some good stuff. Well, this right here, this is one hell of an exposure unit. This is the Ryonet FX exposure unit, which has now been renamed and rebranded to the base layer Y series something something, a bunch of letters and numbers that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. They're both the exact same exposure unit internally. It's just a name change and cosmetic changes. And in my personal opinion, I like the branding and cosmetic look of this one a lot more, because the rest of my equipment is green. I've got Rock stuff, I've got Riley Hopkins stuff. Everything goes together, the whole shop flows, and it looks nice. But unfortunately for you guys watching, I got the last one of these, so I'm sorry. And this thing has been sitting in a crate in the corner of the shop for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 months now. You have no idea how hard it was to look at that thing and not open it for that amount of time, because this thing is so damn cool. This is a serious piece of equipment, man. This is a single source, high power LED exposure unit. A massive, massive step up from what we were using before. We're talking like 8-second exposure times and insane detail retention when it comes to halftones and tiny little thin lines and things like that. And of course, this cool little touch screen over here. We're gonna get into all the details and everything that this bad motherfucker can do once I'm able to put in some work on it and start shaking things out. But for now, we can just appreciate its beauty. Thank you so much, Ryonet. I love this thing already. We're starting to get somewhere, man. I am stoked. It's kind of starting to look like a screen printing shop in here, at least in that general area. So there's some progress. With that out of the way now, that's at least a little bit more stress off my shoulders, because like I said, we can start getting plumbing and some other things happening in there. So pretty soon we'll have one fully functional area of the shop, which will make me feel a little bit better. Still have a lot more stuff to do though. So I think in the next one, we'll start working on building out all the heat press stations, because that's kind of important, and we'll clean up a little bit more of this mess, and we'll probably uncrate another cool thing in that one. Thankfully, there's so much new crap coming in here that we can uncrate something new and awesome in every video until this shop is ready. But I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be this one, because again, I've been sitting on this thing for like 8 months, looking at it that entire time, and I want to open it, so we'll go for that one. Well, that's gonna wrap this one up, so please everybody, drop a thumbs up on this video for me. That helps. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. It's not gonna be long before I bust. Fuck, I keep like crouching through the door as if it's not tall enough for me. Cat hairs. Every time, there's always one just right in my eye line. To turn this It's still there. Come on. We got a bit of, shut up, damn it. This is the stuff that probably doesn't make it into the video. Devising these really cool and glamorous ways to get this shit uncrated by myself. Well, that's working. Oh yeah. That's how it's done. Very uninteresting. That's a very hard word to say. Uninteresting. This wasn't an important. All right, time to get the YouTube face thumbnail.